Thank you so much for joining us today. It is Tuesday evening, and on Tuesday evening, we go live inside of the on YouTube, on LinkedIn, and inside of the Facebook group. And we'll be doing a live demonstration with QuickBooks Online. And just before we start, I got to give you the disclaimer. I am working with the sample company in QuickBooks Online. So there are some features that might not be available while we do this demonstration. However, if you in your company wants to use this feature or don't understand how to use this feature and want me to show you, feel free to go to my calendar, book a 15 minutes, and I'll be more than happy to show you. So I have today my friend Cindy Lou with me in the clubhouse room. And if you're in the clubhouse room and you want to see what I'm doing on the screen, feel free to click the link above my head and go to my YouTube channel and you will see the live demonstration. And I'm going to ask Cindy Lou a couple of questions, what she thinks about QuickBooks, and then we're going to go into, today I'm just going to navigate around QuickBooks. And I'm going to show you one of the ways that I use recurring transaction. I know we talked about that before, but rules and recurring transaction are similar. I'm going to show you how that is going to help you to save time. And I'm just going to sit here. We're going to set it up and hopefully I can set it. So here is what it is. It's very hard to show you what it looks like after we set it up because, like I said, this is a sample company and it does not save the information that we put in. But I'm going to stop the video and see if I can go over to a live company and show you how it operates. So for those who don't know who I am, I'm Elaine Forbes Daisley, otherwise known as the Elaine Forbes. I help business owner. I help you to understand your QuickBooks or rather your bookkeeping so that you can have records, you can file your taxes, you can make crucial financial decisions. You know, just before I start, I wanted to just say this again because I find that a lot of people wait until December or even January to think about your bookkeeping. Your bookkeeping is not for IRS. They do require that you keep your records, and they do require that as you keep your records, you need to file your taxes. But more importantly, doing your books or keeping your records is for your business. It helps you in making decision for your business. So, with that said, Miss Cindy Lou, which feature or what is it? We're going to ask Cindy Lou what she wants to know about QuickBooks. And then I'm going to show you how I use recurring transaction in QuickBooks. I don't use rules a lot. I'll show you the rules and I'll tell you why I don't use rules a lot and why I prefer recurring transaction as it relates to rule. So go ahead, Cindy Lou. Any question? And remember, this is going through my mic because my headphone is not working. So you'll be heard on YouTube.
Okay, I will be heard on YouTube. I got it. You have my permission to use my voice, since indeed I do live my life out loud.
That is funny. I got it. Well, it's social media and I like to be social. Go ahead, Cindy Lou.
Hello, Elaine. I should say hello because it is social media and she likes to be social. And it's so true. It's probably why I like you. Well, what I need from QuickBooks is that they could mind meld with me and just take everything out of my head and instantly put it in. Do they have that yet? I'm sure it's coming.
Well, unfortunately, they don't have that one yet. You got to still do a little work. You can automate some stuff. You can, set it up, automate it, but you still got to do some stuff.
So how much average time does it take to set up a company in QuickBooks?
For a company, okay, whether the company is new, just starting, or the company has transaction, it's an average it's an average of about 10 hours, somewhere between 5 and 10 hours. If the company is new brand, you're just starting with your bank, you're just starting, that's probably going to take you about 5 hours. If
So,
you
and that's the best time to start, right? Like when you're just starting,
Yes.
just start as a part of your startup.
Right. The unfortunate thing is that most people that start their business do not start QuickBooks when they start their business. And you know who I was just talking to, right? I implore
Yes.
her to start. She has access to me. And do you know I have to literally put her to sit down and says, if you don't get it done today, we're gonna take out the you know what whip. Because when we use that, I had to use that to get her to sit down and actually put her stuff in QuickBooks. Because most people don't do it at the beginning.
So where's your whip located? You might need it for me.
Well, so, and even people who I am close to and people who are my friends and I know they need my help. And let me tell you, I don't take it personal, but I know it's because it's natural. It's just a natural thing with most people that they do not prioritize. They do not prioritize prioritize the bookkeeping or the accounting. And the other thing is because some people are making under a certain figure. When you make under 100,000, when you make even under 200,000, the the compliance and the taxes is it's not as bad. Yeah, you know you got to file your taxes, but then once you go into a certain income bracket, it is like it's almost instant that I see people who have been saying, let me help you set up, let me help you set up, and they make 100,000, and then they say, oh Elaine, this is, and I'm like, yeah, 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 yeah. So, and it's just something that happens, Cinderlou. It's not unique to you or her or anybody. It's just
So
something
you're
that,
saying I'm normal?
no, I'm
I'm
not saying
normal.
that. I'm saying it's not unique to you. So even so, very transparent. Even though I know it, I had to make myself do it for my business. Literally make myself do it for my own business. And I'm not sure if you've ever heard this saying that says a shoemaker never had a good shoe. And I don't know if that's just a Caribbean saying, but
I have heard that saying. Yes, yes,
right,
yes.
right, right. And I tell myself I do not want to be the shoemaker that don't have a good shoe. So I start like within the last 2 years, I really start to do my own bookkeeping. And one of the things I do is I test out a lot of QuickBooks feature on my business because I want to see how it works and to make sure that it is working. And when I say to someone, this is what it is, um, I know that it works. And if I run into a problem, I can quickly go in and says, okay, I'll mess my book up so I can fix it. So I know how to fix it. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's just how I so and I'm gonna show rules. So here is some cool features, Cindy Lou, that will actually.
So I have a question before you go into some cool features.
Okay.
What is the difference that you have seen in your own business when you started tracking it? Like, what did you discover, or what helped you move forward?
Well, I, I want to say I've been like, so I started the online business, right? Where I did a lot of stuff online. I started in 2016, and I set up QuickBooks 2009. I actually started using QuickBooks online 2019 because I had the desktop version, but I never sat down and kind of I just put stuff in it like most people do, just dump everything in there. But when I actually started to do my own bookkeeping, what I found is that I was blown away to see how much money I actually made. I think when I start to really make money online, I think it was like 2019. I was blown away in 2000 to see how much I made in 2019 to how much I made in 2020. I actually doubled my income. And if I wasn't tracking my, so what happened in 2019, because that's when I actually made a lot of money online, is that I'm like, whoa, I didn't realize how much I made at the end of the year 2019. When I look at it, I'm like, oh my God, I got to start paying attention. So I start to pay attention in 2020. And when I start to look at the comparison of how much money I made in 2019, I almost doubled my income. So for me, that was big. It's kind of looking at that comparison and keeping track of it. And I still wasn't 100% at doing everything that the QuickBooks does that I could do. That makes sense?
Yes, that totally makes sense. So by tracking it, number one, you were able to look back and see that you doubled your income. And number two, that somehow triggered something in your business that allowed you to double your income.
Right. And what that also did for me, it showed me what product. So if you've watched me over the years, and I know Cindy, you've been with me for a while, I always said I absolutely bookkeeping is my best skill, but my least the thing that I like the least. And one of the eye-opening thing for me was that the but like was like 85% of my income was coming from the bookkeeping side of what I do. So that was also and I would not have known that had I not been keeping up my bookkeeping. So that helped me when I project the next year to know, okay, if I'm going to continue along this line, then this is how much I can make, and this is where the 90% of my income, 80% of my income comes from here. So that was also because I know like we've been talking about, oh, you need to do your bookkeeping so it can help you to make decision. But one of the things a lot of people don't understand is how do I actually use these numbers to make decision. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes. So I love it.
So in order for you to, so I'm actually opening, I'm in QuickBooks, and I don't know how much information this have. So one of the report that I absolutely love in QuickBooks is the comparison, the profit and loss comparison. So what it does is that it actually compare, right, one period to another period. So I'm going to go in and pull this for last year. I don't know if this will work because, and then we're going to select the period we're comparing it to, and we're going to run the report. See, this is the thing I don't like about the sample company, because it doesn't have enough data to show the things that one wants to show. So inside of the sample company, you would see this January to December 2023, and then January to December 2022. What I'm going to do is, I have another company. I'm going to go in and put some data in it so that I can actually pull the report so people can see. So this comparison report, I pull it all the time. Hey Audrey, welcome. Thank you so much for coming in. If you want to see the live demonstration, we're over on YouTube. You can click the link above my head and go over to YouTube. You will see me open QuickBooks and I'm inside of it. So this is one of the cool feature that, and this is how I use it. So the income, it shows me my income, it shows my expense. And so right now, this company does not have a lot of data for 2022. I don't know why QuickBooks clear the data, but clearly, if your company had data, it would show 2022 versus 2023. Now, another way to look at that comparison report that is very helpful. Remember, I said that when I started to check my own personal QuickBooks, I looked at also what percentage of my expense, so apart from the year, to compare one year over the other year, which is right here, you can see 1 year over the other year, right? So you see 2023 and 2022, you can look at that report. That's called a comparison profit and loss. The other report, the other way to use this same report to help you when you're making decision, because remember I was saying, Cindy Lou, that I realized the percentage of my income that came from bookkeeping. So what I do is, right where it says compare another period, I want to compare my in the percentage of ink. Oh, before I do that, the comparison, and this is not going to show it because, like I said, this is a sample company. It does not have a lot of data. So year, you can do the dollar change, or you can do the percentage change, or you can do both. So it can show you how your income grow, how your expense increase, how it decrease year over year. So that's one thing. There's no data in here, so that won't be able to show you. But if you do percentage of income, that's also another thing that I absolutely love when it comes to report, is that if you do percentage of income, I'm going to click on here. You always have to click the run report. Run report. Come on. This sometimes, okay, there it is. What this does, it tells you what percentage, this percentage of income. So this, in this example, design income is 22% of your total income. See, it shows you what percent these are your income, and what percent, where you're in, what percent of this income, where it's derived from. The other cool thing is that you can go down here and see your expenses to see what percent of your income you're spending and where you're spending that percentage of your income. So see, this says that 9% is on job expense, legal and professional 11%. So your total expense is 51% of your income. Now, this is where it gets interesting, because a lot of people, when they're doing their business, right, they are not recognizing how much profit, how much net profit or gross profit their business is making, because they're not tracking their income and expenses. Now, something that a lot of business owners don't realize is that monies that you pull out of your business does not go on your profit or loss. So even though you don't have any money in the bank, you end up at the end of the year with no money in the bank, and you're saying, how did I make profit? How did this say I make a profit? That because income came in and money came in and money went out, but it did not go to these categories. And we can talk about that another day, about how to understand the reports. That is one of the things that a lot of business owners don't understand. How come it's saying that I make a profit, but I don't have no money in my bank account? All right. So that's one of the cool feature in QuickBooks that I absolutely love. In order to get that information, then you have to do the things that Elaine don't like to do. And that is the record keeping, the bookkeeping. Make sure that you are keeping these records on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis. Now, here is what I recommend, and this is what I recommend, because I'm getting ready to launch a membership group to help you. Because if you do these things at the end of the month, it's going to take you less time in your books. You can just go in your books. So the feature that we were talking about at the beginning, Sinaloo, which is the recurring feature, I absolutely, I was late. I was late in my books this week, this month, because you close out your books a week or two after the month. So I went back in my book, and the two features that will help you to automate your QuickBooks, so that way you can, at the end of the month, it will take you less time. So if you spend 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours to set up all the things that you need to set up, it's going to take you an hour, half an hour, depending on the amount of transaction that you have going through your business. So I absolutely love the recurring transaction. And the reason why I love the recurring transaction, as opposed to the as opposed to the rules in the bank account, I have control over how I set it up. The rules, the difference with the rules is that if the bank details change, the rule will not activate. And I want my expenses to post a certain way. So you can either set it up as bill or as expenses, right? So I'm going to go in. So these are bills. The ones that you want to set up as bill is usually like a telephone bill or a utility bill, where you actually get the bill and then you have to pay it. The ones I set up as recurring expense is things like Canva. Because when you set up Canva, you put a credit card in there, they actually just debit your account. You don't have to actually go in and do anything. So I'm going to set up a few of these inside of here to show you. So what I do is that I set up, so I'm going to do new, and I'm not going to set it up as a bill. I'm actually going to set it up as an expense. The reason why I set it up as an expense is because, like I said, they already have my card. They're going to debit my card on the 12th of the month, right? So I go, okay. And I'm going to call this Canva. Now I call my recurring transaction, I give them name of the vendor, because it makes my life easier when I'm double checking. Now, something else that I do, and it's going to be dependent on you and your business, and you're going to do what is best for your business. So for me, all my expense go through my PayPal card. All my expense, it doesn't matter what it is, I use my PayPal card to pay for my expenses. My income comes in a different account, and then I disperse it. And then this is in line with the profit first model. That's how I do. So I put Canva and I put the payee, and I might have to set up this inside of this one. And it says add new, so you can add your vendor on the fly or you can add it before. I'm just going to add it here. You can put a company name, you can put all of that information. I'm just going to save this. And now it's going to come from the checking account because they don't have a PayPal here. So for me, I would have put this in PayPal. If you're paying from PayPal, then you put that here. Whatever account you're going to pay it from, this is where you put it. And then I'm going to put it on the 12th of the month. And I'm going to say the 12th of every 1 month. And I'm going to start it. Now you have to start it the next month. It does not start. It cannot start it cannot go back, and it has to go forward. So July. And if this was a bill that you were going to, it's going to be a couple of bills, then you can put that. Now you can put a payment method here if you like. You don't have to. And now I'm going to call this office or subscription if it's there. SUP. No, I don't want this to be dues and subscription, right? So I want to put this on the office expenses. And I'm going to put, or better yet, Canva. We're going to put it on the marketing. Let's see if it will, if they have marketing also. All right, so they don't have MARKE. They don't have marketing set up. So if I really want to use marketing, I could just do add new. It's going to open to the screen. Sometimes your screen might look different because and then we're going to change the type to expense. And see, it says advertising. Let's see if they have marketing in here. All right. So this says it's going to go under advertise and promotional. And we're going to put the description marketing and PROMOTIONAL. I hope I spell it right. We're now going to put this as a sub account because we already have a marketing account in here, advertising account. So we're going to put it on there and we're going to save and close. And now we have that right there, and we can put right here Canva software. Now you want to put description in as much as possible because that is going to determine how you categorize stuff. And this is going to be $12.99. And we're not use this for a company. So now it says we're going to save this as a template. And see, it's right here. It says expense. And you can put all your expenses in, especially those that are on a monthly recurring expense. You can set them up, put them in, and each month, let's go back here and edit this. See, it's scheduled. Let's say you stop using Canva, you can unschedule it. You can just unschedule it, right? If you need to set a reminder, if there's something that you need to set a reminder for, you can set a reminder. You can set it as a reminder. So you can actually schedule the expense or you can set it as a reminder, right? Let's say you want this to post on it's on the 12th of the month, but you want this to be created 2 days before. You can put 2 days before. So 2 days before the 12th, they will create it and it will go right to the expense account. But we want this to be done on the 12th because when it done on the 12th, when you actually it comes out of your bank account, this is going to show up and your bank account is going to match it. It's unfortunate that this sample company does not show you how to do it. So I do save. So that's one way to do it, is to actually go in and create it new from right here. Another way to do the recurring expenses is actually you go to your bank feed. And now I'm actually going to show you the other way to do your recurring expenses and also to do the bank rule. Now, I don't like the bank rule. It's good, but the thing I don't like about the bank rule is it it, it picks up based on the description, the bank's description. And thanks to QuickBooks, they don't have much in here anymore. So I'm going to so these are matches because these were already entered inside of QuickBooks. So I want to do this. So now, if you wanted to create a rule from right here, you can see I change it from find match and put it to create categorize expense. And now I do create a rule, and you can create a rule, and it is based on either description, bank text, or amount. And the reason why the bank rule, I'll do recurring transaction as opposed to bank rule, is because sometimes the description changes, sometimes the bank text changes. And if you have a bill that comes in with different amount, then the amount is not going to work. Okay. Now, even the name, if you put it as a name, remember, I just had to go into mine and change the name because some of these companies, their name that shows up on your statement is different from the actual name. And then you can set the rule. And like I said, I give it the name of the vendor so that I can always find it. And you do the same thing. You set the payee. If you want to do tag, you select the category. And once you save this, now you can turn it to auto. So every month when a bill comes in for PAM Scythe, it's going to automatically post to the expense marketing category. As long as it comes in your bank account, it will automatically post, right? Because you set that rule, and that is going to post it straight to the expense as long as it comes in. And then once you do save, if you don't want it to auto post, you can turn it off. The rule, what it will do is the rule will recognize it's the rule is going to recognize the transaction. Now, what QuickBooks changed about the rule, which is way better than it was before, is that the rule is going to match the transaction before it actually applies the rule. And that's absolutely awesome. So now we can, so those are two ways that you can automate your transaction inside of QuickBooks. You can automate these transactions inside of QuickBooks. Now, when it comes to receipt, it's as easy as taking a selfie. Put your receipt right here and just take the picture. I'm crazy, right? Yes, it's as easy as taking a selfie with your when it comes to your receipt. So you take it, make sure when you set up your QuickBooks, you go to the app store, download the app. I download it on my iPad. I download it on my phone. I have an Android phone, so it's on Android. It's also on iOS, iPads, iPhone, and all of that. One of the other cool feature is that if you're on the road, you can actually send an invoice from QuickBooks. You can actually receive payment while you're on the road. That's also a cool feature too. So that's it for me for today. Cinderlou, how did you like the cool features that I talk about today? And I'm not sure who else is here. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're watching on YouTube, remember to subscribe to the channel, like the video, turn on your notification because I go live every Tuesday evening about 6:30-ish. I want to say that because by the time the live hits, it's usually about a little after 6:30. We're also live inside of the clubhouse room. If you're in the clubhouse room and you want to see the live demonstration, you can just click the link above my head and scoot on over to YouTube where we will see that. Now, if this is something that you need help with, and I'm also getting ready to launch a membership where you can have access to this kind of information. And here is the cool thing about it: QuickBooks or bookkeeping, accounting, finances is a sensitive matter. So some people might not want to come and ask me, how do you do this inside of my QuickBook? Because it's sensitive. So here is what we have: membership group membership group where you can get this kind of training. You can also reach out and we'll send you a personal video of your personal accounting. So we'll go in, look at it, and send you a little video and say, this is what is happening inside of your accounting. So there's two levels to the membership. You can click the link in my bio on Instagram. I'm going to put the link below this video. Hey, Audrey, thanks so much for coming over on you. Yes, thank you for coming. I'm going to put a link below this video inside of the Facebook group, on LinkedIn, and inside of YouTube. So you can click the link and check out the membership. A lot of people, the reason why they don't do their bookkeeping is one, because they don't have a lot of time. Because most people that go into business, they're focused on the business of doing the business. And bookkeeping is, like we were saying at the beginning of this video, it's something that usually gets put on the back burner. But if you have some system that's automated that will help you get it done, save time and save money, and January, you are not worrying. You're not overwhelmed. You have the information ready to file your taxes. It will save you a lot. It will save you a lot. And I'm not just saying that because I'm an accountant. And like I said, I had to make sure that I am not the shoemaker that doesn't wear good shoes. My shoes is good. I absolutely love shoes. Okay, so my shoes got to look good. And if you don't understand what that means, is that they just have a thing that is saying most shoemaker will take care of the client shoes and not take care of theirs. No, I'm not doing that. I use myself as the tester. So for most things, I test them out in my company, because I want to make sure that when I tell you about it, I know it works. And that's one of the reasons why I'm so excited about the recurring transaction, because I went in to finish up my accounting for May, and I'm like, oops, all my transaction was post. It took me about 15 minutes to match the transactions. 15 minutes to match all the transactions. So everything was in QuickBooks. So that's because I set up the process that will help me to eliminate spending a lot of time. Because let me tell you, I like working smart, not hard. I do not like bookkeeping. Because it is, you got to do the same thing over and over. But if you set it up in a way that a lot of the process can be automated, and you want to make sure that you're automating the process as much as possible. QuickBooks give a lot of features that will help you. But if you don't know how to use it, or you're not able to set it up, join the membership group. We'll show you how to set it up. We show you how to use the feature and to make your life so much easier. So with that said, we're usually here for about half an hour. I know we've exhausted that half an hour. So Cindy Lou, any closing thoughts? Anybody over on Instagram? Not Instagram. Oh my God, I'm so used to Instagram. YouTube, or in the Facebook group, or on LinkedIn, that have any question, please feel free to put it in the chat. I'll be more than happy to take a look at it and reach out to me. Any closing words, Cindy Lou?
No, thank you. Always good. Yay.
You are welcome. So over on YouTube, LinkedIn and Facebook. Have a great day. I'll see you back here next Tuesday at 6:30-ish p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can join me on Friday. On Friday, we just talk about all things financial. So have a great rest of the afternoon over here. Bye, y'all. Remember, when you come to the broadcast, to say hi, Elaine, because it's social media and I like to be social. Ah, Cindy Lou, I'm gonna have to steal your line. This won't work.
Sounds good.
You said you're living your life out loud.